Back to the Future isn't just a movie, it's a cultural time capsule. A story about a teenager, a wild-eyed scientist, and a stainless steel car that outran time itself. But what you didn't see on screen was even stranger. The road to making this film was filled with rejection, bizarre rewrites, stubborn executives, malfunctioning props, and even a refrigerator that could have changed movie history. Buckle up, because these are some of the most strange and unbelievable stories from behind the scenes of the movie that redefined time travel forever. Fact 1: Disney said no. You'd think Disney, king of family-friendly movies, would love Back to the Future. But when the script landed on their desk, the studio turned it down immediately. Why? Not because it was too edgy, but because they thought it was too wholesome. They were especially uneasy with the plotline, where Marty's mom, not realizing he's her son, develops a crush on him. The writers intended it as an awkward comedy twist, but Disney called it inappropriate. Ironically, the company that made fairy tale romances thought the story was too weird. Luckily, Universal Studios stepped in, and the rest is history. Fact 244: drafts. Later, the film didn't just appear overnight. Writers Bob Gale and Robert Zemeckis spent 4 long years revising the script, going through more than 40 drafts. In early versions, the time machine wasn't a car at all. It was a photo booth, then later a machine powered by Coca-Cola. They tried everything until they found the perfect combination. A flashy DeLorean, a lightning bolt, and a small-town clock tower. That mix turned a struggling script into a timeless classic. Fact 3: Doc Brown's inspirations. Christopher Lloyd's Doc Brown wasn't pulled out of thin air. He was modeled after 2 eccentric geniuses. First, Albert Einstein, his messy hair, manic energy, and the constant feeling of thinking 5 steps ahead. And second, Leopold Stokowski, a flamboyant orchestra conductor known for dramatic hand gestures. Combine Einstein's brilliance with a showman's flair, and you've got the unforgettable mad scientist who shouts a great Scott, like no one else could. Fact 4: the refrigerator problem. Before the DeLorean, the time machine was actually a refrigerator. In one early script, Marty was supposed to climb inside a lead-lined fridge and ride it to a nuclear test site, where an atomic explosion would send him back in time. Spielberg, who produced the film, hated the idea, not only because it was clunky, but because kids might start imitating it and lock themselves inside refrigerators. The fridge idea was scrapped, the DeLorean rolled in, and suddenly time travel became cool. Fact 5: the wrong Marty. Believe it or not, Michael J. Fox wasn't the first Marty McFly. Eric Stoltz, known for dramatic roles, was originally cast. For 6 weeks, he filmed as Marty, but his serious acting style didn't fit the comedic tone. He played Marty as tortured instead of lighthearted, and the chemistry just wasn't there. Eventually, the studio made the painful choice to fire him and bring in Michael J. Fox. But Fox was tied up with family ties, so he worked around the clock, TV by day, Back to the Future by night. Exhausting, but worth it. Fact 6: Fox nearly collapsed for months. Michael J. Fox barely slept. His days started at dawn with family ties, and nights stretched until 4 a.m. filming Back to the Future. He lived on coffee and adrenaline, running himself into the ground. But his natural energy on screen, the frantic teenager who's always one step away from disaster, came directly from his real-life exhaustion. Behind the laughs, Marty McFly was fueled by pure willpower. Fact 7: Huey Lewis said no. The movie's soundtrack gave us 2 massive hits, The Power of Love and Back in Time. Both were written by Huey Lewis and the News. But here's the twist: Lewis also cameoed in the film. During Marty's audition scene, the stern judge who says, "You're just too darn loud," that's Huey Lewis himself rejecting his own song. A blink and you'll miss it Easter egg that adds another layer of fun. Fact 8: the Libyan terrorists. One of the film's most controversial moments almost got cut entirely. In the opening act, Doc Brown is gunned down by Libyan terrorists he stole plutonium from. Test audiences were shocked, and Universal worried about including a real-world terrorist group in a comedy. Many suggested scrapping the subplot, but the filmmakers stood firm, arguing it gave the story urgency. The scene stayed and gave the film one of its darkest, most shocking moments. Fact 9: the DeLorean trap. The DeLorean looked amazing, but filming with it was a nightmare. Its gull-wing doors constantly jammed. On uneven ground, actors often got trapped inside, unable to escape without crew members prying the doors open with crowbars. At one point, Michael J. Fox was left sweating under studio lights, locked inside the car. The coolest time machine in movie history was also one of the most impractical. Fact 10: Crispin Glover's strange methods. Crispin Glover, who played George McFly, took method acting to an extreme. He refused to break character, argued over every detail of George's behavior, and even demanded to hang upside down for real in certain scenes. His eccentric behavior frustrated the crew, and when the sequel came around, the studio cut him out, using prosthetics and stand-ins instead. Glover sued, setting a Hollywood precedent for actor likeness rights. Fact 11: The worst title ever. Universal almost changed the title Back to the Future. Studio head Sid Sheinberg wanted to call it Spaceman from Pluto. Crow. He thought it sounded more marketable and tied in with the sci-fi alien subplot. Spielberg cleverly diffused the situation by pretending Sheinberg's memo was a joke, writing back a thanks for the laugh. Embarrassed, Sheinberg backed off, and we kept one of the best titles in movie history. Fact 12: Doc Brown nearly walked away. Christopher Lloyd almost didn't play Doc at all. When he first got the script, he was exhausted and ready to quit acting. He threw it in the trash until his wife convinced him to read it. Once he did, he realized Doc Brown was a dream role. Imagine if he had said no, we might never have gotten one of cinema's greatest characters. Fact 13: The girlfriend swap. Marty's girlfriend Jennifer was originally played by Melora Hardin, but when Michael J. Fox replaced Stoltz, producers worried Hardin was too tall next to Friends to him. She was let go and replaced with Claudia Wells, who had previously turned the role down. Wells played Jennifer in the first film, but Elizabeth Shue took over for the sequels. Fact 14: The alternate ending. The famous lightning strike ending almost never existed. In early drafts, Marty used nuclear power at a test site to return to 1985. Another version ended with him winning a high school science fair. Both were scrapped in favor of the thrilling clock tower climax. That one decision gave the film one of the most iconic endings in history. Fact 15: Easter eggs everywhere. The movie is packed with hidden details. The Twin Pines Mall becomes Lone Pine Mall after Marty destroys one tree in 1955. Mayor Goldie Wilson is inspired to run for office because Marty suggests it. Even small props like a comic book titled Space Zombies from Pluto poke fun at the rejected movie title. Every rewatch reveals something new. Fact 16: Biff's improvised lines. Actor Thomas F. Wilson turned Biff into more than just a bully. Many of his lines, including the hilarious "a make like a tree" and "get out of here," were improvised. His goofy delivery turned Biff into one of the most memorable villains of the decade. Fact 17: The lightning scene took months. Filming the clock tower finale was a massive undertaking. With rain machines, stunts, miniature models, and practical sparks, the scene took months to shoot. Christopher Lloyd actually dangled from the tower while delivering rapid-fire dialogue. Every flash and explosion was timed to perfection, and it shows. It's still one of the most heart-pounding climaxes in movie history. Fact 18: Real fire. When the DeLorean leaves flaming tire tracks behind, that wasn't special effects. The crew laid out gasoline-soaked cloth strips and lit them on fire. Michael J. Fox stood just feet away from real flames. It was risky, but it created one of the most iconic images ever captured on film. Fact 19: A real mall. The Twin Pines Mall was filmed at a real location, the Puente Hills Mall in California. Fans still visit the parking lot where Marty hit 88 mph. The crew even swapped out mall signs mid-production to reflect timeline changes. It's a reminder that every small detail mattered. Fact 20: Ronald Reagan loved it. One of the movie's funniest jokes is Doc's disbelief that Ronald Reagan could ever be president. Instead of being offended, Reagan loved it so much he had the projectionist rewind the scene so he could watch it again. Later, in a State of the Union address, he even quoted the movie, "Where we're going, we don't need roads." So there you have it, 20 of the strangest, funniest, and most unbelievable facts about Back to the Future. From rejected titles to malfunctioning cars, this movie's journey was as chaotic as time travel itself. Yet somehow, it all came together to create one of the most beloved films of all time. Which of these facts shocked you the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell, because when it comes to movie history, the past is never really gone.